Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that holds so many people back from achieving their dreams, from becoming their best selves, from living the life they truly deserve. Fear. Fear is the invisible force that stops you from taking action. It whispers doubts in your ear, convinces you that you're not good enough, and keeps you locked in a prison of comfort. But let me tell you something. Fear is a liar. Think about the times in your life when you hesitated, when you let an opportunity pass you by because you were afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, or afraid of stepping into the unknown. How many dreams have been buried under the weight of fear? How many chances have been lost because someone was too scared to take the first step? But today, that changes. Today you make the decision to conquer your fears and step out of your comfort zone, because greatness does not exist within the walls of comfort. Success does not come to those who play it safe. The life you dream of is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to step beyond the limits fear has placed on you. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is a signal. It is proof that you are standing at the edge of growth. When you feel fear, it means you are about to do something significant, something meaningful, something that will change you forever. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to act despite fear. Now, let's be clear. Conquering fear does not mean you will never feel afraid again. It does not mean you will suddenly become fearless overnight. What it means is that you will no longer allow fear to dictate your choices. You will no longer let it control your destiny. You will feel the fear, acknowledge it, and then move forward anyway, because the only way to grow is to step beyond what is familiar. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine your comfort zone as a small island. You have lived on this island your whole life. It feels safe, it feels predictable, but it is also limited. Beyond this island is an entire world, full of opportunities, adventures, and possibilities. But to reach it, you must be willing to set sail. You must be willing to face the waves of uncertainty, the storms of doubt, and the winds of fear, because beyond that journey is the life you were meant to live. So the question is, are you ready to step off your island? Are you ready to break free from the chains of fear and step boldly into the unknown? Because if you are, then today marks the beginning of your transformation. Today you take control of your destiny. Today you choose courage over comfort. Get ready, because this journey will challenge you, it will push you, but most importantly, it will change you. The time has come. Let's conquer fear and step into greatness. How to conquer your fears and step out of your comfort zone. Understanding fear and the comfort zone. Fear is a natural part of life. It is hardwired into us for survival, but too often we let it control our decisions and limit our potential. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown keep us locked in our comfort zones, afraid to take the risks necessary for growth. But here's something you need to understand. Fear itself is not the problem. The problem is how we respond to it. Most people let fear dictate their lives. They avoid challenges, shy away from opportunities, and settle for mediocrity because it feels safe. But let me tell you something powerful. Fear is nothing more than a signal. It's not a stop sign. It's a sign of opportunity. The most successful people in the world didn't become great by playing it safe. They faced their fears head on and learned to move despite them. Your comfort zone is a silent killer of dreams. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you small. It tricks you into believing that staying put is the best option, when in reality, growth only happens when you step outside of it. If you've ever felt stuck in life, it's likely because you've been living in the confines of what feels familiar and comfortable. Imagine your comfort zone as a small, enclosed room. It has everything you need to survive, but it doesn't have everything you need to thrive. Outside of that room lies endless possibilities, new experiences, personal breakthroughs, and success beyond your imagination, but you'll never reach any of it if you refuse to step outside. Staying inside may feel safe, but in the long run it leads to regret and unfulfilled potential. The truth is, nothing extraordinary ever happens inside the comfort zone. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation happens when you dare to step beyond it. Think about the people you admire. Do you believe they achieved greatness by staying comfortable? No. They faced uncertainty, embraced challenges, and conquered their fears. The first step in conquering your fears is acknowledging them. You cannot defeat what you refuse to face. Write them down, say them out loud, own them. because the moment you bring fear into the light, it loses some of its power over you. You are not your fears, you are stronger than them. The fear you feel is only temporary, but the regret of never trying will last a lifetime. The challenge today is simple. Identify one fear that has been holding you back. Maybe it's speaking in front of people, starting that business, or making a bold decision. Whatever it is, face it. Take one small step toward overcoming it, because on the other side of fear is the life you were meant to live. Taking action against fear. Now that we've acknowledged fear, let's talk about action. Because fear will never disappear on its own. You have to confront it. Fear thrives in inaction. The longer you avoid what scares you, the more power it gains. But the moment you take even the smallest step forward, you begin to take control. Think about the moments in your life when you were afraid to try something new, but you did it anyway. Remember how that felt? That's the feeling of growth. That's the feeling of breaking free. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you take small, bold steps, the less fear controls you. If you fear public speaking, start by speaking in front of a mirror. Then record yourself. Then talk to a small group. If you fear rejection, start by putting yourself out there in small ways. If you fear failure, remind yourself that failure is just feedback. Every successful person has failed countless times. It's not failure that defines them, but their willingness to keep going. A key strategy to stepping out of your comfort zone is progressive exposure. You don't have to dive into the deep end right away. Start small, then gradually increase the challenge. If you want to overcome a fear of socializing, start by saying hello to a stranger, then engage in small talk, and eventually you'll build up to larger conversations. It's also important to reframe fear as a positive force. Instead of viewing fear as a warning, see it as proof that you are growing. Every time you feel afraid, recognize that it means you're stepping into new territory. Fear and excitement often feel the same in our bodies. The key is how we interpret them. Another powerful tool is visualization. Before facing a fear, close your eyes and picture yourself succeeding. See yourself delivering that speech with confidence, nailing that interview, or successfully launching your business. Your mind doesn't fully distinguish between real experiences and imagined ones, so visualization can help condition you for success. Rewire your mind to see fear as a challenge rather than a threat. When you change your mindset from "I can't do this" to "I will learn how to do this," your entire world shifts. Here's your challenge for today. Take action on the fear you identified in part 1. Make a call, send an email, sign up for that class, or take the first step toward your goal. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be forward movement. Growth happens in the doing, not the waiting. Don't let fear keep you from the life you deserve. Embracing growth and living fearlessly. By now, you've acknowledged your fears and taken action against them. Now let's talk about making fearlessness a lifestyle. Fear will always try to creep back in. It doesn't disappear forever, but what changes is your response to it. Instead of letting fear stop you, you train yourself to see it as a signal that you're on the right path. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you expand it. What once seemed impossible becomes easy. What once terrified you becomes second nature. And before you know it, you're living a life you once only dreamed of. Success belongs to those who embrace discomfort. The greatest athletes, the most influential leaders, the most successful entrepreneurs, they all have one thing in common. They do what others are too afraid to do. You have that same power inside of you. The question is, will you use it? Here's your final challenge. Make stepping out of your comfort zone a daily habit. Set a goal to do something uncomfortable every single day. Introduce yourself to a new person. Try something new. Say yes to an opportunity that scares you. Growth isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. The moment you decide that fear will no longer control your life, you unlock your full potential. You were made for more. You are made to conquer, to rise, and to thrive. Your time is now. Step out, take the leap, live fearlessly. Start today and never look back. The best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of fear.